Hi team, happy Wednesday. We missed a lot of you at today's meeting. I know that I had to change the time and I'm sorry about that, and change the location, and I'm sorry about that, but we have a lot going on. I will send out pictures later of all the work that's being done in the office. But I wanted to talk to you. It's very important that I talk to you about buyer's agency. I know you guys are sick and tired of hearing it. I know. It's like every 5 minutes there's something coming over about buyer's agency. But I wanted to tell you about some new policies that are coming into play starting June 1st. So June 1st, even though the lawsuit stuff isn't happening and the MLS stuff isn't happening until August 16th or 15th or 16th, but we want to have policies in place and a system in place that we're all comfortable with before that deadline. So this is starting June 1st. What's going to happen is the DOJ has gotten involved. We all know that the DOJ has gotten involved. So that doesn't mean it's just a realtor rule or it's just a whatever. This is the DOJ. This is the government has gotten involved, and essentially they're saying that every single house, every single buyer that goes into a house needs to be represented, or not needs to be, that's not the right word, should be represented by a buyer's agent and have it spelled out how that buyer's agent's going to get paid. Meaning we need to have a buyer's agency signed. You can have a buyer's agency signed for 1 day, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 year, for one address. If they call you and they're like, I want to go see 123 Main Street, and you are not the listing agent of 123 Main Street, you can have a buyer's agency signed just for that address. I strongly suggest you put some buyer's agencies in your car so you have them with you. So when you show up at a showing and, because you haven't met with them first, you can have them, hey, before we can come into this house, I want to explain to you buyer's agency and how that works. And this is going to be for this house only. If you have somebody who's like, I want to see these 3 houses, but I don't want to sign a 6-month, 3-month, 1 month, a long-term contract with you, you can do it for a time frame. So if you showed those houses in 1 day, you can do the buyer's agency for 1 day. Then when they write an offer on one of those houses, I would do another buyer's agency that covers them through the length of the contract, through the length until closing. It is extremely important because here's the deal. The DOJ is coming to all real estate companies and saying, what is your policies and procedures on buyer's agencies? And show me your policies and procedures. They're going to ask at some point, whether it's in a settlement or however, the DOJ is going to ask. Every company comes up with their policies and procedures that fit within the DOJ guidelines, and they say this is our policies and procedures. And if the DOJ says, great, let me see your buyer's agencies, and they're seeing that buyer's agencies are not getting signed until the day that the contracts are being signed, like they've always been in our area in the past. I was guilty of this too. I would have a buyer's agency signed when I was writing an offer. They are going to separate us, meaning they're going to separate Howard Hanna from the agent. And that means Howard Hanna cannot, it's not that they will not, it's that they cannot stand with you against the DOJ. You will essentially be, because you guys are all independent contractors, you're essentially on your own. Just like with E&O insurance, if you screw up and it's an honest screw up, E&O insurance in most cases will come and bail you out. But if you did something and it was wrong, or it was against policy or procedure or against licensing rules or whatever, the E&O insurance says, sorry, we're not covering that because you should have known better. It's the same thing. This isn't a Howard Hanna thing. This isn't a Howard Hanna's not doing something. No, this is something that every single company has to come up with their own plan. What Howard Hanna has come up with is that we will have buyer's agency signed in whatever format that is for you guys. Again, you can have it signed for an address. You can have it signed for a time frame. You can have it signed for a day, a month, a week, a year, however you want. And if it was me, I'll be honest, if it was me out showing a house and somebody's calling me and they're really like, you get a referral from Zillow or Redfin or whatever, and they're like, hey, I want to see 123 Main Street. I'd show up at the showing and be like, great, I'm more than happy. I'm here to show you 123 Main Street. Here's a buyer's agency for this house. It's just covering this house and this transaction, if you choose to buy it, because at this point I'm the buyer's agency, whether it's being offered or not. We can also explain to our agents that buyers, you should always ask on your buyer's agency for 3%, because you can go down, you can't go up. As the last thing I heard, you can go down, but you can't go up. So start at a higher number. I'm not going to tell you it's 3%, but start at that higher number, and you can always work your way down if you're like, I'm good with 2.5% or whatever, if the listing side is offering buyer's agency. But if the listing side is offering 3% and you've signed a contract for 2%, you're only getting 2%. You can't go up. So that is buyer's agency. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, please call, text, email me, and I will try to explain it. I hope this helped, but this is mainly what we talked about at our meeting today, and I need to get it out there because on June 1st, every buyer's agency that you have signed needs to go to Laura separately from your packet. So you don't wait until you turn in a packet. You need to turn them into Laura is 24 hours after you get them signed. So again, if you need anything, call me. I'll talk to you guys all later. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. Bye.